thing about money. I know that there is like massive empires of wealth.
You have no idea. We've seen.
Like, I get that, and people have told me that. Other people that can see it as well, they've told me that. So it's just validation. I know it's there. So
well, validation from others is not worth anything.
Okay.
Because
True.
You can't offer vibration about that. But if it helps you to focus and helps you to feel for it.
Right.
So as you encourage that visceral feeling of exhilaration about wow, what's unfolding, that's all you need to do. Just stay happily optimistic. That's all you have to do. Just stay happily optimistic and say things to the universe like, bring it whenever I'm ready for it, and I'll do my best to get ready for it as quickly as I can, but meanwhile I'm having a really good time. I'm satisfied where I am and eager for more. That is the best vibrational stance. I'm loving where I am and so eager for what's coming next. I love where I am and so eager for what's coming next. There's only engines going that way. Yeah.
So with money, is that all I'm supposed to do?
That's the only thing in your vortex. We've looked and looked and looked. There's no humanity, there's no fun, there's nothing, there's just only money in there. Of course not. Here's the specific answer to you and your specific question. If we can convince you, we'd like all of you to feel this with us. If we can convince you that being in this body and focused on something that is interesting and therefore accomplishing clarity, that's as good as it gets. And it doesn't matter what the subject of your attention is. Focus and find clarity and then experience the evolution of whatever it is you're focused upon. So in the beginning, often it is money, because in your human mind, and we get why, money feels like the key to so many things for you. It provides easier access and easier freedom. It's certainly not the answer to most of what's in your vortex or in your heart, but it is a wonderful facilitator. Certainly not the only thing there, but it's a nice thing to be there. You equate financial remuneration with freedom, and freedom is essential to you allowing for yourself all of the wonderful things that you're wanting. And then once money starts flowing, Esther caught a little piece of a television program last night where the Bill Gates and Melinda Gates Foundation was doing all of this wonderful work all around the world, but the money was important to the work that they are doing. And so once the money began flowing, then their attention could begin turning to other avenues that they were wanting. If the money hadn't been there, then the other ideas could not have flowed behind them. Sort of like that.
Mm-hmm. So I should just let my freedom flow and my vortex flow, and the money will flow.
Yes, yes, yes. And we would add to that, let your interests flow. Because if something feels compelling and interesting to you, you can be certain that there's enough in your vortex that has been coming together and enough cooperative components have been gathered that there is something surprising and delighting that is unfolding for you. Don't try to get too specific about what it is. You see, often people say, well, I want more money and I'm going to do it in this way and this way. And so it's not only what I want, but you try to figure out how it's going to come, when it's going to come, where it's going to come from, who's going to be part of it. And when you ask all those questions to which you don't have answers, you pile all these engines going the other way on your train. Where if you just talk about what you want and why you want it, now you're open-ended going that way. You're not bringing any undue resistance to your equation, and then the ideas unfold along the way, because it is certain that all that you intended as you came into this physical body is in your vortex, and all that you've picked up along your physical trail is in there, and your inner being knows everything about who you are and what you want, and knows the path that will bring you the most success. And do you know what your inner being terms success? Your happiness, your day-to-day, moment-to-moment happiness. Most people say, my success is about money and influence and power. Well, we're talking about influence and power and money Also, we're talking about connection to source energy, where the energy that creates worlds is flowing through you. But success is about the way you feel. Success is about you closing that gap between you and you. It's like we were teasing yesterday. If you want to toast some bread and you stubbornly refuse to plug the toaster in, you can go through all the other motions, all the successful motions. You're looking right there on the instructions, and you get the bread out, and you carefully take the slices out, and you wrap the bread back up so it doesn't get stale, and you put it in the toaster, and you push down the buttons, and then you wait for quite a long while, but you haven't plugged the toaster in, and you're not going to get toast. So what you really want is alignment. And alignment will always bring you joy and satisfaction and clarity, and those are the keys to success, and everything else follows that. Everything else follows that.
Thank you. That's very clear. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Enough?
Thank you.
Really good.